Listen, guys, I've been feeling crazy this week, but it feels like we finally revved the engine up a little bit by the end of this thing. We're talking about a beautiful, heartfelt weekend in New England, a lovely fall time where the foliage drips down, where the food is full of lobster butter, and where the matches are incredible because I defend the GCW championship everywhere, all the time, everything all at once. Weekend@effys.com for the Patreon. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter if you want to see all the different things and different clips from the episode. And please check out our YouTube, youtube.com/weekend@effys or /@weekend@effys. I don't know. The thing is about all URLs, be it our Substack, our Patreon, our Instagram, is you guys are in the technological future and you can find all these things if you want to find them. Search Weekend at Effys and look at how many different things there are. Click some of them, subscribe to some of them, like some of them, and join the Patreon because if you do it during December, you're going to get the very exclusive signed family Christmas card, family holiday celebration card from the Weekend at Effys crew. I love doing a little bit of a longer intro. Thank you all for listening to the show. This is Weekend at Effys. We've had Cranberry here for the week, and I took her up to the park, Peter. And I know I mentioned this to you, but I want to mention it to everyone. We've been discussing that Bebop is for the streets, and for the entirety of the mini-sode for our Patreon members, for the entirety of the mini-sode, he was out in the yard just barking at stuff.
Yeah.
I think he's worn himself out a little bit. But I took Cranberry up to the park earlier. She likes to walk on the sidewalk, and a little 2-year-old ran up to her. Like, no question. The mom was like right there. The mom had no concerns. And then once the kid got up to Cranberry, the mom was like, "This is okay?" And I was like, yeah. This is okay. And this little girl was asking questions about why does she have wheels?
Yeah.
And I explained it to her. And then I said, you can pet her ears. She loves it. And she said, can I boop her nose? And she was going, boop, boop. And Bebop, I couldn't do that with Bebop, right?
No.
And so I really appreciate having such a sensitive, and listen, she's old. That's the part of the old people are supposed to be docile unless they're in the government. And then they're just, you know how that, we don't have to get into politics here, but I met new friends in the neighborhood and they have a baby. She's probably younger than me. And the baby loved Cranberry.
I love that.
And they've been in the neighborhood for a few months and she was so excited that she got to meet the Wonder Dog. That's today's little joy. Sponsored by Kleenex. Thank you to Kleenex for bringing 120 years of tissues and different types of products for people who are blowing snot out of their face. We love you, Kleenex. Thank you so much. You know why I was doing that as a bit, right?
Why?
To sell the Patreon.
Oh.
If you don't want us to have to resort to dark corporate money, please support us on the Patreon. It's not something that you just do and you don't get anything out of it. You get so much out of it. Peter, you know what you get?
What do you get?
You get beautiful photos, videos, moments of these animals. You get early episodes before anybody else, right when they come out, very quickly. You're going to get bonus episodes, mini-sodes about Begonia and Predator Badlands that just dropped, that are just out there for everybody. You're going to get a bonus discount. This is where, like, I think this should actually be the main selling point because it's insane. If you buy one thing from me, the Patreon has basically paid for itself. We haven't figured out exactly the math on this yet, but you do get a merch discount at the high level and bigger than that. And we have not finalized the design yet, but we are about to finalize the design so we can advertise this. If you, and I think this is how we're going to have to say it, if you become a member of the Cranberry tier by December 1st or during December, we're going to send you our podcast family Christmas card, which features pictures of not only me, but you and Chicken. Was it Zoe?
I think so, yeah.
She's been very playful.
Yes.
That little purple bracelet girl. Lucy also in the picture and in the video, if you're watching our video podcast, youtube.com/weekend@effys. And over on the couch, my children, they're also in the picture, Bobby and Cranberry. So pretty incredible. you're going to autograph all of them?
Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. So the only way to get that Christmas card from everybody, physical mail to your house, which we're going to ask more questions about physical mail later.
Yeah.
We're going to ask more physical mail questions. But if you want that Christmas card sent to you from all the pups, from everybody, with those pictures, and it's going to say non-offensive holiday greeting, I think you just have to be a member of the Cranddaddy tier. It is the top tier, but you don't have to do it forever. But this is like, if you want it, it's a December time to sign up. This is great for us. We need it. And we want you to have the Christmas card. So hopefully you sign up for the Cranddaddy tier, weekend@effys.com. You're going to get all the bonus stuff. I'm going to have more vlogs coming soon, but I felt like I was filming a lot of the same things. And so I'm trying to figure that out. But there were some really good vlog moments. One of them, though, Carrie Morton. We've talked about Carrie Morton on the show, right?
Yes.
Now, in the past, me and Carrie Morton have had fights. This weekend, we had fights. But there was a moment where before the show in Vermont on Sunday, the third day of this beautiful New England trip, Brett called him up to the table and handed him a mic and just started playing Fly Me to the Moon. And Carrie just sang all of it. It was beautiful. He just sang it all on the stage, just like kind of out of nowhere. So that will be in the vlog.
The question is, big Frank fan or big Evangelion fan?
I think big Broadway show tune boy who will sing anything in front of a crowd.
Okay.
Former cheerleader, has 2 degrees. Former theater kid. And professional wrestler Carrie Morton.
But you don't think anime head?
Fly me to the moon. Like, it was so good. No, I don't think anime head.
Okay.
And you can't even find that version anymore, Peter.
Yeah. How would you know that?
You told me.
Okay.
You told me. You're like, oh, it's been fixed because of the copyright law.
Yeah.
They don't come for vlogs on copyright law, do they?
No.
I wouldn't think so.
No.
I just did all that stretching over there before we get to questions, and now my shoulders are numb.
Yeah?
And that's not good, is it?
Okay, well, you probably should have, kept rolling down your back then.
Yeah. It seems like it just moved all the tension from my legs up to my shoulders. So if I'm popping a lot during this, just trust me, we're going to be fine. I'm going to be popping a little bit. I think how do we hold ourselves accountable to do some yoga? It's not ever the number one thing I want on my list, but I know it's actually what's going to change my life right now.
It's just small consistency, a little bit every day. Just teensy tiny bits. You just check the box and then you keep adding to the box as you go on.
I think we have to do it on the porch.
Okay.
I think we do it on the porch and we get a little screen set up.
Okay.
Like a little on a table.
Okay.
And then we sun salutation our way to the neighborhood. Maybe we'll meet beautiful people. We don't know. Maybe we'll meet hateful people and have to fight them. How much fighting? This little girl is possessed today. I thought we were handling the energy crisis that we're having in this home dog-wise by hosing her, but she did not heed. There was no heed.
No.
Am I doing this Palo Santo too much?
No, I'm trying to bring in good vibes.
What's the difference between Palo Santo and Palo Alto?
A Palo Alto, I think, is a place.
Is it bad vibes?
I don't know.
I got a little smoky there. It's good though. This is a sacred root, sacred wood.
Yeah.
And you can find it
at any metaphysical store.
No. I mean in the wild. Where's this growing?
Oh, I have no idea.
Tempe, Arizona, possibly?
Sure.
Tempe, Arizona?
Yeah, I honestly don't know. Embarrassingly enough, I don't know.
Oh, it smells like maybe the Joshua trees are made of Palo Santo.
Okay.
Let's see. A thing I'm going to make up that I'm saying right now. Palo Santo, it's supposed to ward off the evil spirits or absorb the evil spirits?
It's supposed to bring in good vibes.
It's supposed to bring good vibes. It's a vibe attractor. Okay. Well, yeah. Oh, this is good. We're learning about it's the Bercia graveolens.
It's a wild tree native to the Yucatan Peninsula, also found in Peru and Venezuela.
So this is the South American wood and a little bit of the Latin American area. It's a beautiful wood. Did they build with it? It's not a very thick wood. It's like kind of a good floating wood. I would build a canoe from this. I would build a really pretty canoe. Oh, it's on fire again. Oh, if you're watching on the YouTube, Weekend at Effy's on YouTube, you just search that. Look at that. It's beautiful. What a wood. Could you do a whole fire of it, or would it be too many good vibes?
Yeah, no, you probably wouldn't want to. I mean, you could if you wanted. That seems like an abuse of.
What do you mean?
You know, just like you wouldn't be respectful as far as like what you're using it for. Like, I don't pull this stuff out all the time, but I'm using it now because it's Mercury retrograde and because it both like the what I find more with Sage is it like pushes stuff out completely, where this pushes stuff out and then brings good stuff in like naturally relaxes.
Like a swirl.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, we're gonna keep it burning throughout the episode, but I think we do have questions from the Patreon.
We
crew.
do.
Shout out weekendeffys.com. Shout out joining us cool club where you can meet people around the world who have similar interests, such as and including pro wrestling. But it includes a lot of things, just like the movie Hamnet, out in theaters soon. If you don't want us to have sponsors from films like Hamnet starring Paul Mescal, then please sign up at weekendeffys.com. Any amount helps, any contribution helps. And we know times are tough out there, so we try to make sure we're including as many great things as possible. What do the people have to say, Peter?
This first question is from Anthony.
Okay.
Not a question, but the Mad Max game was made canon after Furiosa released. So the game takes place between the fallout of the 40-day war in Furiosa and Fury Road. I just mostly wanted to set you off with this.
What do you mean set me off?
Because you're in the middle of Mad Maxing right now.
Yeah, so this takes place in the time between the games.
Mm-hmm.
But Furiosa was before Fury Road.
Yeah.
Because then she's like running her game.
Yeah. Yeah.
She gets the girls and she's running that game.
Between the fallout of the 40-day war in Furiosa and Fury Road. Yeah, so in between those two.
Wow. And I just unlocked Triple Boost in Mad Max, $4.99 on the PlayStation Store. I'm having so much fun with that game. Some games I need a little repetition in.
Yeah.
And just like being able to like roll up on a spot and clear it of gadgets and things and then kill. Pretty great. Pretty fun. And car combat, very fun. I love Twisted Metal. I always love those games. Mm-hmm. But when you play this kind of car mechanic compared to it, you're like, oh, this is what Twisted Metal should have felt like driving.
Ooh, interesting.
Just the way you drive and do car combat, and as it grows with you and you get more things. We have a dog sitting in between our laps. Both laps combined via dog. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What a world. What kind of kombucha is that?
This is Mystic Mango.
Mystic Mango.
Yeah.
Well, delicious. What a wonderful treat to aid in our digestion. Right?
Yeah.
Do you think it fires off brain neurons, or is that just a thing people have made up?
No. I think there's a direct relationship between the gut and the brain.
Do you think we should be eating more living things?
Yeah, sure.
Like if I like baby eels.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Like 100 baby eels.
You want to eat 100 baby eels
live, swallow them.
I think this is a solo adventure for you.
Do you think it's good for me? Do you think it's better for me than eating, let's say, fillet of fish? To eat
depends
100
on the
live baby eels.
I think you can find some fine fish.
We're talking really small baby eels.
Okay, how small?
I mean, they're baby. They're just out of the egg.
Okay. Do you want to do this?
They look like sliver worms.
You
no,
should do what makes you happy.
I'm asking, does eating something while it's alive, is that actually better for you? Does the human body crave symbiosis through consumption?
Flesh?
Via eating live product?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, then I think maybe we'll just stick to like kombucha or like a kimchi that has active cultures in it. Or like yogurt.
You had some kimchi earlier.
Yogurt has some active cultures. So those living things, you think there's a certain type of living thing.
Would you have liked what I made for you earlier if instead of chicken it was 1,000 baby eels?
I don't know how you'd get that on a sandwich because it's so slimy and it moves so much.
See, this is the problem.
Yeah, I'm saying you would just have to have a bowl.
Baby eels don't provide for a lot of sandwich options.
You would have to have a bowl of baby eels.
Yeah,
and
but
just
bowls get boring
them.
after a while, you know.
Yeah,
but because you can put chicken in a bowl or a bun.
I like the predictability of a bowl's volume content.
Okay. But
and I like that nothing can escape a bowl.
Not every bowl is the same volume, though.
Right, but if you're eating from the same bowl all the time, that's how many baby eels.
How big does a bowl need to be to fit 1,000 baby eels?
I'm gonna say
that's a pretty big bowl. I think
30-ounce bowl.
A 30-ounce bowl? That seems a little small. That's like a Coca-Cola.
I mean, these are really no. A Coca-Cola is 24 ounces. We're talking 6 more ounces. I'm talking these are such small baby eels. I've been watching tinned fish reviews. Do you know this guy?
No.
On Instagram and TikTok.
There's only 10 of them.
No. Tinned fish.
Oh.
So there's like every kind of fish you can imagine.
Okay.
They have tinned versions of it. Like in a tin, like tuna is canned. Tin. This is like earlier when you were asking me about stamp mail. And you said it's for males only. It's for male only. And I was like, I don't want to be a part of any men's
it's
only.
Spike TV. It's for men only.
This is men's mail. Mail for men. No, I got confused. No, tinned fish. Like the fish is in a tin. I'm really into
so it's in a tin.
Yeah, he reviews fish that has been tinned.
It's not like 1 out of 10.
He does rate it. He does. I don't know if he does it out of 10, but he does rate the fish.
He does it at a 10.
He tins the tin fish. The fish that are in the tin
fish are coming
out
of the
10.
tin, and he rates it 1 out of 10.
Yeah. So the other day he ate goose barnacles from a can.
Ew.
This is like a product that they're
Goose
making.
barnacles?
Goose barnacles. Do you know what those are?
Why,
They
Taylor,
look like claws.
Why would I know what goose barnacles are?
I don't know. Maybe
why
you
would
like
anyone
aquatic
know what
species.
goose barnacles are?
Maybe you've been to the aquarium.
I don't
and
think.
seen
Raise your hand if anyone in this room knows what goose barnacles are.
Goose barnacles? I know what it is. They're goose barnacles. Can we get a tin of them? You have to peel the shell off of them.
A tin?
Get a 10 of goose
you want
barnacles.
10 of them?
I want as
do you
many
want
as they'll
10
put
of
in the
them,
can.
or do you want 10 tens?
I want 10 tens. I want a pallet of goose barnacles. I want full. You just farted. She just farted.
No, she'll never claim it.
She just
She'll
farted
never
and
claim
hid
it.
her face from
She'll
me.
never claim it.
Unbelievable. On my
Goose
leg.
barnacle.
Goose barnacle. It's a food. It's not even a species. It's a food. The goose barnacle is edible.
This looks like a custard, like a sea custard.
Like that's
custard,
the shell.
Is it a custard of the sea?
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that one.
Look at this one.
Yeah. Look at that thing.
Common goose barnacle.
I don't. I don't think I could eat this.
Well, then why did you bring it up?
Because all the other 10 fishes look good, but they did a 10 fish that was baby eels. Do you want to see? And that's what I'm talking about, the size of these baby eels. If I eat them living. Oh no, Peter. I didn't even accept the Instagram. I just accepted the Instagram, and they just announced I'm facing Priscilla Kelly, and they're saying it's for the belt. We're going to get to that in a minute, actually, because
Elvis's wife?
I'm going to put up a challenge in a second, but we're not going to do it yet. I'm not putting up a challenge yet. Let's get to another question, because I'm pulling up these baby eels.
Okay, are we done with goose barnacles?
We're done with goose barnacles. We are not done with baby eels, which we are going to get back to, but I want to keep the questions going.
This goose
She's crazy.
is acting like she's
See,
done
look.
with us. But
See,
I
look
know
at the
it's
size
not
of
true.
them. Look at the size.
I don't.
But I'm saying live.
It's live noodles. Hey, doggy. That's a cute dog.
It's a very cute dog. It loves eating 10 fish. The dog eats 10 fish. He also sells the fez hat. This is an expensive tin of eels. So every one of his things, do you want to see the goose barnacles?
Not particularly.
They look horrible.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Like, it's one of those things where you're like, ugh. Wait, but what about the giant oyster? He did go have a giant oyster. This, to me, is the kind of foods I want to be setting up for myself.
I don't understand this.
Understand what?
Oh my god!
You won't eat oysters?
Did you just see the shiver that ran
that's
through
not
me?
real, is it? You're
No,
just doing a bit?
I'm not doing a bit.
Come on, Peter. You don't like seafood at all. You don't like seafood at all? I'm really not
No.
trying to. I'm trying to let you like open your life to it.
What do you?
All right, I'm not going to show you the seafood anymore. Fine, I won't show you the seafood. Tell me,
Do we live in the sea?
would you eat Marcel the shell with shoes on?
No.
We live above the sea.
Yeah, so it's not our food.
It's
Jesus
gave us dominion over land, air, and sea, all creatures big and small. We're calling that one giraffe.
So now
I think you're saying it wrong.
Now you're into the Bible.
I'm into the Bible when it comes up for the story of the ark, because I think that's where everything to me kind of spools out.
What about the story where Noah just didn't have clothes on?
Yeah, around his kids, really causing problems. Now here's the question, Peter.
What?
This is the big question.
What's the big question?
Noah's building the ark. It's built.
Yeah.
Did he have 2 of each of 30,000 species of spider, or when the flood ended, did 2 species of spider evolve into 30,000 species of spider? Next, how many of the 80,000 beetles were in pairs, or was evolution real and they created more types of beetles after the ark landed? And it's God evolution.
Yeah, I think it's a metaphor for having enough substance for animals and species to be able to continue on. I don't think it's a literal 2 of everything, because I don't think almost anything in the Bible is literal.
But so evolution's real,
Especially now when it comes to numbers. Yeah.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
Just want to clear
I don't
that
think
up.
any, because when they start at the beginning of the books in the Bible where they just go, this person, the son of this and this and this of that.
Yeah.
That's all code.
Code for what?
For
like hanky
magicians.
code? Oh, like
Yeah,
that's how
because
they do a little
Bible,
spell?
The Bible is understood to be this like long record of magic throughout time that wasn't meant for public consumption because it's, like internal grimoire shit.
What do you think that was on the 5 extra commandments that Moses dropped in the Mel Brooks movie? Weren't there 5 more? And he drops it and he goes, I have 15 commandments from Yahweh. And he says, I have 10 commandments from Yahweh.
It's a really good bit.
It's one of the best bits of all time.
But that is in the Bible to where Moses comes out with the 10 commandments and gets so upset with the Israelites worshiping a golden calf that he breaks the commandments. And then has to go back up and get him again.
So he does it twice?
He had serious anger issues. Yeah. That's
Moses.
Why, that's why he wasn't, because there's that whole thing.
That's why the ocean was like, whoa, buddy, you've got dominion.
They didn't have water, and he was asked by God to talk to the rock to make the water come out. Instead of talking to the rock, he hit the rock with his rod to get the water to come out.
And he made soft milk and honey.
And that's why God didn't let him go into the promised land. It's because he kept.
He never got
his
to go?
temper. Yeah.
But he led the whole thing. He led the whole trip.
Yep.
How long were y'all out there? Like 40, like at least 40 days. That sounds like something you say when you've been camping 2 nights and you finally come home. It felt like we were out. I mean, it had to be what, 40, 50 days? Let's stick with 40, Carol. Let's stick with 40 right here. We don't need all these extra days. I think for at least 40 days we were out there in the woods, in the desert woods. What kind of woods are desert woods? We don't know. So Moses, he didn't make it, and they're saying, I'm really mad I didn't buy that Yentl soundtrack the other day. I should have done it.
You should.
I fucked up.
You should have.
Ugh.
Okay, next question. Would you rather have no hands or no feet?
No feet. 100%. No feet.
Yeah.
Because then I have hooves.
Yeah.
I've feet to me. Okay, so think about tactile hands, right? Very good. I watched a girl who she made a charcuterie board with just her feet. She was born without arms. That's like a thing. That's a thing that can happen. There are people that are incredibly talented and skilled in the way that they can handle the world. And she could do all of those tactile things with her feet. I cannot. So for me, I would cut them feet off because I like the concept of fingers and using them, but I'm surprised I've kept them all. I'm very surprised. I have all my fingers. So if we're going to go ahead and do this, shank out the feet, give me hooves. Do you know how hard a super kick would hit if I did it with hooves? Tumnus style, full up, leg raised, calves looking crazy on top of my hooves because I'm always in high heels because my hoof is a form of heel. What about you, Peter? Hands or feet?
No, I'm going feet for sure. Yeah.
I think who's going hands?
I don't think anybody's good because it's just, I don't know, the practicalities are not. Like, I can figure out the leg thing, you know.
Cylinder shoes
hooves
would be
or-
sick.
Yeah.
You know how shoes start to break down at the ends and you start to look like Floppy the Clown or like a Goofy movie?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Let's not have that. Let's have cylindrical feet that are hooves. And we just shave our hooves down when it's time.
Plus, it's easier to walk with your hands than it is to pick up stuff with your feet.
Yeah, but you're not considering the best option, which is Professor X wheelchair.
Yeah.
Where you just
Yeah.
float around with
Yeah.
your mind power. And then you can still choke people because that's one of the best. If you want to hear us talk about begonia, speaking of choking, listen to the podcast, the mini-sode. It's up on weekend@effys.com, which you heard earlier. Okay, any other questions?
Yeah, we have
Heck
a few
yeah.
more. Thank you to Joshua for that last one. This is from Danny. Thank you for putting the Cult of the Lamb and Stanley Parable on my radar. Any indie/quirky game or movie recommendations that I may have missed this year?
Ooh. I want to recommend that one film again that I think was great about Strawberry House. What was it called?
Strawberry House.
Strawberry Mansion. Go watch Strawberry Mansion. It's really weird. Some people don't think it's that good, but I think it's so weird that like you're not mad about the parts that aren't good because you're like, y'all are really swinging for the fences. And I think it felt like something I hadn't seen before, which I think is rare these days.
Okay.
It felt completely like something I haven't seen before. It was beautiful, really weird, really fun. Strawberry Mansion. As far as the games, I know it's like a mainstream title, but that's Scribblenauts. Is that what it's called? Scribblenauts? Psychonauts.
Yeah.
Scribblenauts is the game on your phone.
Yeah.
Really fun too. Psychonauts 2, super fun and quirky as hell.
Yeah.
Very quirky.
Very
I haven't
quirky.
finished it yet, but like I'm jumping out of Mad Max to jump back into that is going to be really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Really exciting.
Totally.
So many powers. So many weird people, so many trapeze artists.
Uh-huh.
So those are my recommendations. What about you, Peter?
Ooh, indie stuff. I don't even know. I'm a little pressed to think about that one, to be honest.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I still want to watch the Needle Girl with you.
Needle Girl.
Yeah, the girl with the needle. The horror movie, black and white, about the baby murderer.
This is not ringing any bells whatsoever.
It's great. We should watch it.
Okay.
We should watch it together. It's really exciting. It's black and white, and it's a Dutch film.
Okay.
And it's empowering for women. It's also horrific.
Fun.
So that's an indie fun.
Okay.
I mean, it's
What's it called?
The Girl with the Needle.
Oh.
Yeah. It's Dutch.
Okay.
It's set after World War One.
Okay.
And horrors beyond your comprehension. And just sadness and pain. Maybe we wait to watch this one.
Yeah.
But it's really well
I think
done.
I have a date with Doom after this.
A date with Doom?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, the game Doom. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm fully on
I
board.
just need to kick out those jams a little bit.
Kick out the jams.
Because I want to go see that Leanne Ramsey movie, but I just don't. I don't think I need it. Something's telling me I don't need it.
I think we're going to get some really good Pattinson and J-Law coming up separately.
I want the Paddington puppet to come live with me permanently.
Oh, of course. I'd be happy to. But the problem is you also have to have the guy who controls Paddington's face and voice like hide in your room when you're with Paddington.
No. The problem is that every day when I leave and come back, it's to Lucy having chewed on Paddington a little bit more. And it still has the voice and the personality, but I
think
just
I
have
look
to deal
remarkable.
with his face melting.
Don't you think I look remarkable? I think I could use a bit of a wash.
He'd just be wet all the time.
Oh, goodness. I
So
think I've
wet.
stunk a bit. Oh, you're stinky, Paddington. Who's been chewing on you? I'm afraid she won't stop, sir. I'm afraid she's been chewing me all day. I pulled out a marmalade sandwich and she bit off my fingers. My little bare fingers. They're in her poop now.
Oh my God.
That's what it would be.
Yeah.
That's the magic of that. We're getting absurd today. I love it. Thank you to everybody who asked questions. Peter, what are you thinking?
I am thinking that we have more questions.
That's incredible, y'all.
Okay, this is from Cherry Legend. If you could magically give the dogs the ability to talk or the ability to fully take care of themselves, food, bathroom, etc., which would you pick? I gotta go talk because the idea of Lucy just standing up and being like, gotta go take a shit, opening the door and then walking out, it's just like, it's too much for me. I know she wouldn't be able to say it's the autonomy thing is a little.
I think the autonomy can be taught. And don't take this in any wrong way. If it was just Bebop in here, I would leave that doggy door open all the time.
Yeah.
And he would just do it and it would be done. But I don't need that girl going out on adventures because she'll go on some wild ones. You know what I mean?
She can't get through the doggy door, though.
I think she can get through the doggy door. If she really wanted to, I think she could, like a cat.
I think you're overestimating how much she weighs right now.
How do you think the urge of her Dalmatian part is why she likes chomping the hose so much? That she urges to be a firehouse dog?
Yeah.
Should we do like a Make-A-Wish where we let her go to the firehouse? We don't have to like tell them. We just kind of let her loose in the firehouse.
The problem is that she's a terrorist.
Domestic and
yes,
international?
Domestic, international.
That Bobby might be a terrorist too.
He's 100% a terrorist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's for the streets.
Yeah.
What was the question? Oh, if they could talk or be autonomous? Talk, for sure.
I just got to talk to him.
Because here's the thing. Would he talk back? All the time.
Mm-hmm.
Would he say the worst things I've ever heard?
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
Can I still pick him up and take him where I want to go? Yeah. And also, I don't think it makes him more intelligent.
What if they say slurs, though?
But what's a dog slur?
No, I'm not talking about dog slurs.
No. They don't care about human slurs. Like, you think he's going to call me the F slur?
I don't.
You think I'm like, Bobby,
I think
inside,
Bobby's a
and
wild
he's like,
card.
you F.
Because what if he says it in public?
What if he says it in public?
Yeah.
He would never. Sometimes. But quietly. And he's allowed to say it. He's definitely bisexual. Or like, what do you call it when it's like the opposite of asexual, where the only thing you are is sexual? What is that?
Is that demisexual?
No, that's when you're attracted to someone's mind and not necessarily their body.
Oh.
You have to be connected to them on a thinking and talking level to feel attracted to them regardless of any other aspect. I don't know. Whatever he is, he's humping.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Whatever. Like, live your life. Who am I to take more from him? I'm taking everything from him, you know? He used to be a wolf. In theory, they were all wolves. So he should be allowed to talk, and I think he would be good on the podcast.
Yeah, 100%.
Think about if we were just like, hey, y'all take it this week, and Lucy and Bebop just had their own version.
Yep.
Translated.
That would be nice.
International language translator. Crazy.
Okay. How do potatoes resolve conflict?
How?
They hash it out.
Because of hash browns.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Heather.
Let's go. We
All
needed that.
We're done.
We're done with what?
Questions.
Just with questions?
Yeah.
Do you know where I even went this weekend?
No,
Here's the states I have left. Let me say this. These are the only states left. I have them in order. Delaware.
Okay.
Mississippi.
Okay.
Montana.
Okay.
Ooh. Nebraska.
Okay.
There's two more, maybe three more. Oh, I did I say New Hampshire?
No.
New Hampshire? I did a screen grab, so I'm going to see, because there's like at least 10. At least 5. I can't find it. There's two more. Oh, South Dakota.
Okay.
And the final state is Oklahoma.
Okay.
Those are the 7. So I crossed off 2 more this weekend. So I crossed off Maine and I crossed off Vermont. Now I had been to Connecticut before many times. I love Connecticut, but I did not land in Connecticut. I landed in Boston, Massachusetts. Are you familiar?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
It's great. They never restructured the city after horses. And so all the roads are based on the old horses, which is why they're horrible.
Okay.
So getting around the city doesn't make a lot of sense sometimes.
Unless you were a horse.
If you had a horse, it would be a little bit like, oh, I get it. But since you don't have a horse and you have a Kia Sorento, it's a little weird.
It's kind of like a horse.
They called them, what did they call them? They had a name for it. It was like a horsepower or something.
The iron horse?
The steel pony.
A steel pony.
The steel pony's here. Well, I got picked up at the airport and I had time to kill because Scarlett was actually on like a work call. So I wandered around the harbor for a while and it was incredible. It was like a perfect fall day. Just like wandered the harbor. I had a little Dunkin'. I was living my Casey Affleck fantasy. Was rolling the streets, feeling the Boston air, feeling the Boston energy. They had a tea party there once, pretty crazy. And as soon as you know it, as soon as I've been wandering around the beautiful harbor, they have it's a clipper, the kind of boat from Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
They have one.
Okay.
Beautiful, old timey from Assassin's Creed Rogue, from Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and from Assassin's Creed. What's the one you're in America? The third one, Assassin's Creed 3. They all have clipper boats in them.
Okay.
I think maybe they have them in other games too, but those specifically. So I did get to see a clipper boat. I thought that was pretty cool. I had Dunkin' in Boston, but then none of the Dunkins around there in the East Boston area had bathrooms for customers.
Oh, God.
So I went and got a cheeseburger from Burger King to use the bathroom. And I was let into the bathroom by a man who was like, yeah, you can use it. Like, it was sort of like I think it was like his domain. And I knew the code, so I put in the code, but it was still locked. And then he opened it and he was like, you can use it. It was very clean though. Can't complain.
Is this why you've been fixated on bathroom authorities recently?
What do you mean?
Because you were pointing out the guys that rule the bathrooms.
That rule the bathrooms?
Yeah, the bathroom rulers, the guys. Because we were driving around the other day, and you said that guy, that's his bathroom, and
yeah,
yeah, it's
like a domain thing.
Yeah,
it feels like we're in an old timey RPG when somebody's like, "Oh yeah, you can use the facilities here. They are my domain."
Yeah.
But what I was thinking after I did that, because I didn't really want to buy a cheeseburger at that point, but I was like, I have to go to the bathroom. I'm not gonna be a piece of crap and like just pee on the streets of Boston and risk it. Because all I have to do to get off my probation is not get arrested before May. So if I get arrested for peeing, that would be really stupid. So I bought the cheeseburger. We're driving to Hartford. I'm eating this cheeseburger. And you know what I'm thinking to myself, Peter? I think it's the top food.
Yeah.
I think,
yeah.
Like, I got to a real mental place where I was like, burrito, cheeseburger. Like, these were the final two for me.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like, you get one thing. And it really depends on how you take your cheeseburger. But I think with a vegetable topping, with a sauce topping, with cheese and a nice toasted bun, I think Jimmy Buffett was onto something. I think if you hate Jimmy Buffett, it's because you don't want to admit he was right, that the greatest love song of all time is actually about a cheeseburger. Cheeseburgers are top food.
There's also a good food delivery system.
You have it. You have all the whole food pyramid's in there,
mm-hmm.
you know? And you can get it if you want your meat part made out of beans. Unlimited possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Impossible nuggets. They don't even have chicken nuggets at the movies anymore. They only have impossible nuggets. They have tenders or impossible nuggets. You know that?
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Now, what if I wanted, say, a giant pretzel?
The Bavarian Legend, now exclusively only at AMC. Share a Bavarian Legend with a friend or become a Bavarian Legend on your own for only $21.49. You can get the Bavarian Legend giant pretzel with 2 forms of dipping sauce, cheese, and honey mustard, and watch a movie and eat a whole Bavarian Legend.
The size of Bobby.
It's a very big pretzel.
That's a very
They
big
don't
pretzel.
make it look that thick and sturdy on the picture.
Yeah.
It is on the picture. It looks like just like, the large pretzels that hang. They're pretty big. But then you see this thing at AMC. Shout out AMC. We make movies better. That thing is freak mode. I wanted one, but you have to prepare.
You have to
the
become
family.
a Bavarian legend in order to have it.
It's me. I'm the Bavarian
Yeah.
legend. I felt kind of like some kind of Northeastern legend, though, going back to Hartford. It was very fun to spend as much time as I spent this weekend with Ricky Morton. He's marvelous. What a creature. This man has been wrestling, I want to say like close to 45 years, maybe 40 years. I don't know. Maybe it's more. I don't really know exactly. And to get to have not like just the matches, but to get to like spend every day with him, because this was the first GCW loop in a while where it was like the same crew every day rolling in, womp, bomp, bomp, crossing the Rubicon, as they say. You remember that? George Washington? That dude, they lied to you. His teeth wasn't made of wood. He stole his teeth from slaves. It's fucking crazy. What a piece of shit. And then he was like, tell everybody my teeth were made of wood. Like people believe that. They just expected us to believe anything we freaking heard from them. And that's the real conspiracy. Wooden teeth. If you'll believe that, you'll believe anything. Think about wood when it's left in the rain. And your mouth is always spit. There was no chance anyone ever had wooden teeth. Not in a way that was meaningful. Not in a way that they didn't have to correct them every week and get new wooden teeth, which I guess is possible if you have that much wood. But who's whittling out teeth in wood? It has to be crust on your gums. This fucking loser, George Washington. So the first show was at the was at the Webster in Hartford. Now we got to the venue and I had like a good bit of time. So we went to the gym and we actually worked out, which is kind of crazy. Me and O'Carey Morton and Marcus Mathers. And you ready for it? You know who's at the gym with me? Jimmy Lloyd.
Oh.
Nobody could believe it that we were just there getting our pump on, making it happen. Worked out for a while, sat in the sauna for a little while, got back to the venue. One of the houses next to the venue was on fire. It's crazy. And the firemen were out there just like breaking down the doors and doing all that. And it just makes you realize how much more important firemen are than police officers. We don't need any more police officers. We need firemen. They were like police officers there, and you know what their job was? Whoa, 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 don't go over there by the fire. And then the firemen were like kicking a door down, spraying out all the fire. They had all the techniques. They had a ladder. It was steaming out. It was crazy. The vibes were incredible. And then I had to fight Shotzi Blackheart on this show. And, this weekend, I just kind of did whatever the fuck I wanted to do as far as like what was going on in my matches. And it turns out that's what I've been missing. That's what I've been not doing necessarily as much. I think I had been having the matches that I think I should have for this belt instead of just being Effy. And that was the first time in a while I felt very in the ring, just like rambunctiously. Not that I haven't had fun, but like staple guns with money, cigarettes, doors, tables and chairs, what do they call it? Untoward behavior, hanging my ass out. They booed me when I beat Shotzi. You know that? This is what's funny to me is the Indie Wrestler of the Year PWI nominations are up, and they listed in the magazine along with the Women's 250 because the next issue is the award, so they'll let people vote. In the way they listed all the names that are nominated, the top line says Indie Wrestler of the Year, Effy, Shotzi. And the next line is Blackheart, and then like Matt Cardona, Shug D. There's a lot of wrestlers in there that were nominated for this award. I think Cardona's won it twice in a row because we don't know what to do except for just give awards to Fed guys, so they'll stay out here. We're cutting back to that in a minute. but I just cropped the image completely because we had just had that match. It was so much fun. It was like Indie Wrestlers of the Year, Effy, Shotzi, that's it. The crowd was going nuts. The show itself was really good that night, and that's the thing with the GCW show is there's going to be so much genre wrestling of different styles across the board that you kind of have to look at the whole card and go, what's missing? And yes, they're going to get death matches. And yes, they're going to get sick tag team matches and sick new tag teams and like Joey Janela and Marcus Mathers tagging for the first time. But then also you're going to get me and Shotzi having a 1998 WWF hardcore psycho style run across the venue match. And it was over like Rover. I had so much fun. I love getting money stapled to me. Like people kept asking me, oh, how bad are the staples? How much does it hurt? In my head, I'm going, let me be real. I'd rather take staples bigger than that than take some of the bumps I've had to take. The staples just like go in and hurt. The bumps, like Tuesday, I'm still trying to stretch out my ribs. You know, it's a different kind of longevity to the pain that I don't always necessarily love. Mm-hmm. With the staples, the next day I was like, oh, why does my head have marks? And I was like, oh, because I had money stapled to my face on this very moment. Very fun, though. And Shotzi's a hell of a talent and is a wild person to put matches together with. But also, you know, we've known each other long enough to where I don't feel like I have to show her anything. And we can just go like, you know, it's going to be crazy this. You know, it's going to be crazy this. And that was my 37th GCW title defense. 37. That's pretty good, right, Peter?
Damn.
37
in
times.
A row?
And well, I mean, I've never lost it. I've had more matches than that. I've had matches that weren't for the championship that I've also had that were involved in that. But I never
there'll be a handful of people that will understand the joke that I just
What's
made.
the joke?
It's Clerks.
Oh.
37 in a row?
I've seen Clerks, but I don't remember that line.
Well, that's okay.
That's okay. Somebody's going to remember it. Somebody will feel it. This loop was great, too, because everything was within driving distance. So it was like we never drove more than about 3 hours to get anywhere. And day 2, we went to Maine. I have been to Maine before in the summer driving to Nova Scotia.
Okay.
And in that time when we drove, there were like these mayflies that are there this time of year. You fly through them like a storm, and there's like hundreds of these like hand-sized mayflies that cover your car.
God.
And those are my memories from Maine. Besides the store I went to where I was like, what happened up there to the car crash? And they were like, it's none of your business. That was my other Maine story. But we were like, yo, we want to stop in New Hampshire on the way to like see, you know, part of New Hampshire. We're not wrestling there, but like I've never been to New Hampshire specifically, or if I have, I haven't stopped there specifically. And Scarlett was like, I'll get like a keychain or something to prove I've been there. And we stop at a rest area and there's nothing there, right? And some rest areas are pretty empty. But you're like, okay. And then we don't see anything for like a long time. And then we stop in another town in New Hampshire. And Peter, I kid you not, we go into this gas station or travel stop, and the store is completely empty, Peter, except for one cooler with a few varieties of drink. And they're like, we're renovating. And I'm like, this is really weird. So I get one drink from the thing. And then I'm like, wait a second. There's a Dunkin' across the street. We could stop in there and at least, you know, like use the bathroom and get a snack. And that thing was completely empty. Like they were just building it, and there was the only two things there, except for like a used car lot. And I'm going, is New Hampshire a psyop? Now, Seabass Finn, who I actually watched a ton of Seabass Finn matches last night on Indie Top 3, the Twitch stream that I do on Tuesdays, is from New Hampshire, lives in New Hampshire, and seems to enjoy New Hampshire. Said I could stay with him in New Hampshire whenever I was there. I don't know what there is there. I don't know what y'all have. I didn't even see a Target the whole time. Now, allegedly, the New Hampshire coastline, you know, there's beaches in New Hampshire. It's a very small coastline, but it is famous for having a ton of pirate treasure allegedly buried along the coastline of New Hampshire, since it was free territory in that day, and so other governmental people couldn't get into their stuff because New Hampshire provided some kind of relief for them to hide their treasure in. So they do bring up the pirate thing, but I didn't see anything that would.
Yeah, look, there's a pirate.
That's in New Hampshire.
Yeah, it's a down pirate ship right
at
there.
the RV park at the Moose Hillock RV camping resort. Wow. Okay. I would like to, I'm not against New Hampshire. I want to love New Hampshire. I only got to see part of it, but everything about it so far sort of felt like, oh, is this a real place? Or are they just yeah, 50 states. It looked cleaner. This one's called New Hampshire. It's just like a landmass that.
What do you have there? Pirate treasure.
Yeah, probably pirates left their treasure here. And then it's different than Old Hampshire. I don't know if you've been there. Is that in England? Probably. But this is a new kind of Hampshire. And their motto, the New Hampshire motto, you're probably familiar. Live free or die.
Oh, yeah.
So I think what they're saying is stop asking so many questions. Stop worrying about what goes on in New Hampshire and just enjoy the ride. We drove through as much as New Hampshire as you could to get to Barry, Vermont, which is not pronounced bar or bear. Barry. But we did go to Maine first. So we get to Maine, and I'm thinking to myself, let me go to a cheaper restaurant to get lobster roll than the one Brett wants to go to. But he's like, nah, this is the spot. And I'm like, all right. So we get there. There's not enough room. Now, we ended up squeezing ourselves into the table. And then this is who I ate lobster rolls with. This is a real table of people. Me, the owner of GCW, Brett, Ricky and Carrie Morton, and Maki Ito. That was our table. And we ordered so much food. I got... This weekend alone, the amount of different food I ate was kind of unbelievable. I got this big ass lobster roll with the garlic infused butter poured over it, served cold because that's how you do it in Maine, allegedly, and a corn dog. They have these red snapper dogs. They're bright red. Corn dog, so good. And I had sweet potato fries. It was a magical meal. It is so expensive. I will never be able to order lobster again in my life. What have I done? Thank God everybody was buying merch that night in Maine, but a corn dog and a lobster roll was a good meal, but that was a day's worth of food spend on just participating in the regional cuisine, which I cannot do any longer. Congrats to the lobsters. They freaking tricked us. It used to be the prisoners' food. You know that?
Mm-hmm.
And now what is it? But like you said, we don't eat from the ocean. We shouldn't. You don't think we should eat anything from the ocean? And you're Utopia. Let's play Utopia. The game where you make up the world as it's where you want it?
Yeah, I think in that version we can eat from the ocean because the ocean is not bad.
What makes the ocean not bad in that version?
It's not polluted. I think we.
You think the pollution
makes
it worse?
Yeah, I think we fucked up the ocean.
You think that meat is causing me to be full of more microplastics and petroleum products?
Probably.
Do you think the essential omega oils inside salmon are mostly from ExxonMobil?
I'm also thinking about the tuna that's over there and how I'm probably going to have some after the podcast.
I love tuna.
I love tuna too.
Wait, what kind of tuna do you have?
There's just there's always tuna here. What are you talking about?
Well, I have some other fish too. I have some whitefish. Do you like whitefish?
Sure.
I don't know what kind it is. It's not like sway or haddock.
I like tuna because it's a little tangy.
The tang of the tuna?
Yeah, the tang.
The
of
whitefish
the tuna.
is too soft for you?
It's fine.
Okay. All right. Have you ever had it on a bed of pilaf? A nice rice pilaf?
Mm-mm.
You know what makes a rice pilaf?
No.
I think it's non-touching of it. It's like the opposite of a risotto or a porridge.
Okay.
Like the pilaf stays floating.
Okay.
But the porridge stays rolling, so it forces out more carbohydrates and creates a custardy, smooth, creamy effect, whereas the pilaf is more of a steam stack.
A steam stack.
Yeah. A steam stack forming a pilaf. Maybe I'm wrong about that, though.
Okay.
We got to consult with the pilaf experts. Okay. The main show was great. It was supposed to just be me versus Ricky Morton in my 38th defense, which it was. I did begin my 38th defense. I started wrestling for a good bit with Ricky Morton. And then what happens? Those losers start fucking up my match, okay? Understand this. Kerry Morton, we were having a good time together. And then they announced you versus your dad for Sunday. So you came in there to stop him. And this is where there's just no belief in Effy sometimes, and that's fine. But you said, oh, I'm going to stop my dad from becoming a champion. This old man shouldn't become a champion. So he thinks he's helping me by coming into this match and stopping his dad. When in reality, all he did was get the match thrown out. So my 38th defense, successful, but ended via DQ. So I take champion's advantage to retain the title. And let me be clear, Peter, I don't care. I'll take whatever the advantage is to win the title, right? Do you know what I went through to get the title?
Yes.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that in 1 second, but I'm building up to it. We're getting to a moment. So his ass runs in, and then Joey's like, yo, let me go help because this is a mess. The match is already thrown out. So it's like, we've already ruined the match. Joey Janela is there. Didn't have anything scheduled. He comes out. And then KJ Orso shows up. You may remember him formerly as Fuego del Sol. He starts causing problems. And then I start beating him up. And then Atticus Cogar from the back tries to get me, tries to stab me. Ricky Morton gets his ass. Ricky Morton says, I'm here to wrestle. Let's do a 3-on-3 here in Maine. Let's get crazy. We do. And things get even messier because then Charles Mason shows up, messes up the whole match. We had Ricky Morton had KJ beat, and then Kerry went in there, grabbed a whole handful of his dad's tights. Imagine exposing your dad's ass to a room of people so that you can get some kind of win in an impromptu 3-on-3. The disrespect from your children, the disrespect from your own child. Can you imagine raising a boy up and trying to teach him right, and he uses your own skill against you?
Imagine if Bobby did that.
He would, 100%. If he knew how to do a schoolboy roll-up pin, he would 100% do that. So now I've got these guys, right? And this has been a looming problem for a while because Charles Mason had a shot at me at the ballpark and he failed because of Atticus Cogar showing up and causing problems. Atticus Cogar had a chance against me and he failed. And yes, there may have been some outside interference or help or things that went down, but I retained the title against both of them. And now both of them have been fighting each other because they both want the right to come after Effy after the GCW championship. They both want to have a shot again at the GCW championship. And I think back to how I won the championship. Because I won the championship winning 2 matches in a single night. Now, granted, was there an issue with the first match? Yeah, somebody got messed up, somebody got injured, and they got taken to task, and that has nothing to do with me because I still went on that night, and I still would have either way gone on that night to face Mance Warner and to win the GCW championship at Hammerstein. So let's up the ante. Let's go big. Both of you boys, Atticus Cogar, Charles Mason, you both want my championship. Easy. American Dream, New Jersey, November 22nd. Let's have a match where Atticus Cogar and Charles Mason both face each other, and then the winner of that match can face me that same day at the American Dream Mall, GCW championship on the line, and we can determine once and for all who the GCW champion is. Spoiler alert, Peter. It's Effy. It doesn't matter the type of match. It's Effy. It doesn't matter if there's interference or not. It's Effy. It doesn't matter where your allegiances lie. Effy is the GCW, the game changer world champion. People are out there saying that I'm not bringing the belt magic because I'm not doing death match every night, or because somebody helps somebody or somebody has issues with somebody else that ends up causing problems in the match. I'll tell you this. I beat Shotzi. All right. I didn't lose to Ricky Morton. Sunday, I went and fought Danhausen in a Danhausen special, which messes a lot of guys' brains up. I've seen Danhausen beat a lot of people, including Priscilla Kelly, including Shotzi Blackheart, in the same weekend. And when he faces me, what happens? I'm the winner. I'm the winner. Now, did I roll him up after he thought he beat me? That's what happens when you think you beat me. So Atticus Cogar and Charles Mason can fight each other. I'm going to make the match. They can fight each other right now, and whoever wins, they can face me at the mall. That's all I care about. That's what this is going to be. Because I had a hell of a weekend, and I don't get on Facebook groups. I don't mess with that stuff. It's stupid. It's hateful. There's people who are just talking crap, and they think what's happening is stale. And let me tell you a secret. It's not stale that I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I won the championship, and now I've defended it all over the world. I've defended it at 15 different promotions. I've defended it 39 times. My 40th defense, let's make it go to the mall. Let's go to the middle of the mall. Both of y'all can fight and decide who's going to face me. Honestly, hope it's a double pin so I can beat you both. Bring both of y'all's asses up to the main event. Let's go. In the mall, I'm going to prove once and for all, with the 40th win, that I'm the greatest GCW champion of all time. Go down the list. They don't do it like me. They don't do it like me. They don't have the plethora of people that they face like me. They don't have the schedule like me. They don't have the reach like me. They don't speak and are heard by the rest of the wrestling world like me. It's pretty lonely at the top, Peter. And if I'm going to be here at the top, I'm not going to have anybody deny that I'm not here for a reason. So that's why we have to do this. That's why we have to make it happen. Now, after they all got involved in my business, we did I slept so good this weekend, Peter.
Good.
I just it was magic. I kept getting to the room and then I would go to bed. And part of that was because I was on the road with people that want to go to bed. And that's kind of crazy that it works out that way, that you still have adrenaline rushing after the shows, but doing those little bits of drive in there and making our way and getting to the hotel and going, oh, we can just end it here. Kind of fantastic. Really beautiful. Went to the gym. And then we went to Vermont. We drove back through New Hampshire. Lots of New Hampshire. Still not a lot going on there. Would love to see more. I'm not denying that there's not a lot that goes on.
Would love to see more there, or love to see more going on there?
Would love to see more of if there is anything going on. Would love to see that. That to me would be, I don't know. I think there's something there that's a spirit of New Hampshire. And maybe I'm wrong and I'm just being hopeful. But I want to know what it's all about. Every state has a unique identity, you know?
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina's is racist. How about that? How about that overall? It's one of those things. Vermont, though, holy moly. We stopped at this country store and I got a little Vermonty. I had garlic cheese dip with rye crackers. I had curry chicken salad, which you understand how curry chicken salad would make it to Vermont because of the pirates coming through New Hampshire, coming out of the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. So then it becomes sort of a unique cultural dish. So I felt like that was close. And then I had some tasty donuts, apple cider donuts. So delicious, so perfect. I just kept eating all the best foods in front of me. And it was out of just excitement and hunger. And I want to feel like I'm in the region when I'm there. And I love it. I love eating all those snacks. We went to the venue in Vermont, and it was a very sweet elk lodge, and they actually had an elk in the elk lodge.
Okay.
Like a stuffed elk.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty sick to see on hard cam the whole time that there's an elk looking down over us. Like I said, I did face Danhausen though, and it's kind of crazy when you look at the history of me and Danhausen, and we tagged maybe twice, I think, as Gatanic Panic our whole time. And people still remember that tag team, and people still remember how good we looked together. And we also took a lot of pictures together. So I kept tweeting and Instagramming all the pictures of me and Danhausen throughout the years. It was one of the silliest matches of all time. And I dedicate that match to Toru Yano from New Japan Pro Wrestling, who is one of the funniest comedy wrestlers of all time. They originally, a lot of the times they would have him in the G1 Climax so that guys in the middle of this tournament could kind of have a break. You'd have him in there and he's sort of your break match where you don't have to do anything in between these grueling matches, but he would go really far because they would, need him to still be there as sort of the therapy dog of wrestling. And me and Danhausen had one of the silliest matches of all time. And I totally pulled one of my greatest scams, which is where I pitch a move that requires using one of your pieces of merch that I then keep. So I have a Danhausen mask that I used to become Danhausen and block the curse and turn it around on Danhausen and Hulk up and get the victory magically. I was working a little more of an asshole style this weekend. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a little like on edge, Peter. And so it's good for me to sort of work the style of being a dick when I need to. And, it was all in good jest and good fun, but I still was I was a scamp. They say our dogs reflect us. And I'm starting to think I'm teaching Bobby to be a scammer, because listen, I did whatever I had to do this weekend to keep that championship. There were a lot of moments where it did not look like I was going to win it. And, even in Vermont, they were mad when Danhausen lost. And I'm used to that. I don't care. Like, they love it. They still come up and want to shake my hand and say, thank you so much for making me gay and all of those other things. But it's like, also, they wanted to see a new champion. I saw somebody pitch online. They said, well, probably what will happen is Shotzi will win it Friday. Danhausen will win it Saturday from Shotzi. And then I'll win it back Sunday from Danhausen. And what y'all failed to consider was I'm not losing the championship. I'm not losing the championship. I don't care who it is. This is an era where I told y'all what was going to happen, and y'all can be fully on my team and ready for it. And you can go, oh, he really is the GOAT. Like, they're mad because I talk. They're mad because I do this. But I'm the GOAT of the Indies, and I'm one of the only people that actually makes the Indies move and does things with the Indies. This is where we're going to get people mad this week, probably, because everybody's talking about the Indies are dead, because there's a few larger companies in the Indies that are kind of calling it quits, that popped up, got really popular for a second, did some big stuff. And I don't even have to go into the details, but the news online was just like, oh, like super Indies are dead. Like the Indies are dead. And I'm looking over at Brett going, I don't think the Indies are dead. I just think people don't know how to make noise on the Indies. People don't know how to move on the Indies. People don't know how to plan in longevity on the Indies. And what's dead is the scam of some of these guys who are coming in. And I'm thinking of like a few particular guys who I know what they make. And I know a lot of these companies, they're saying, will you do a deal with us? And the guys are pretending to do a deal, but then still asking for this rate at other places. That's like a ridiculous rate. Let's just use only me for an example. I had a very popular team that wanted to be on Big Gay Brunch that would have been a great fit, and are former TV stars. And they told me $5,000. Okay. Now, this sounds exorbitant. Do I think wrestlers should be paid more? 100%. Do I also think indie wrestling, where I live, is formally financed by the fans and the people that support it, and is not a corporately financed thing? So we have to get people involved to get them at the show, and we have to promote things? Yes, I believe that. I think we can make more money if we did a better job of that, which I'll say in a second. But we have these people who just want to say they have booked so-and-so, or they have had this dream match for so-and-so, and they are falling for these rates from these guys. And it works for a second while you have expendable income, but when they never have a return on interest for your company, when they're not actually doing anything to benefit your company, when you have the same 200 people in the room that you would have had if you didn't pay so-and-so $7,000, it doesn't help your company. When these guys are telling you it's this much for the match, and I want a percent of my meet and greet split, and I want to do a seminar where I keep all my own money, there's no win back for the promoter to make the money back that he's made. And so let's say $5,000 at the $45 a ticket, the cheapest ticket I can do with all the Ticketmaster fees at that time, you as a tag team would have to sell an additional 111 tickets for me to break free on the rate. Like, for me to make the rate back, I would have to announce you. We'd have to have 111 tickets additional to what was already sold to make the money back on you. And maybe the footage could make money back later, and maybe we could work out a meet and greet deal. I'm not saying some of you don't do that, but y'all would have been announced and y'all would not have sold that many tickets. I wish you would. I wish we had the kind of way to do that. But what guys are learning is they are not getting the ROI like we've said on these guys. They are overspending show after show on capacity that if they would have just built up closer local talent or more affordable talent or talent that was going to cut promos and put in the work and, hey, for that rate, can you fly in a day early and do morning TV? Hey, for that rate, can you do an interview with these people? Hey, for that rate, can we, partner with another business to cover part of the sponsorship and you do a signing that day? Nobody's thinking like that though, because the overarching brain in indie wrestling right now is what can it do for me? And I even think about, paying people to do in-town flyering for Big Gay Brunch in Vegas, and that's something that's not even done a ton of the time anymore. And we can't be surprised when, oh well, this former TV star, this is going to be our ticket to getting people in. Wrestling fans are still just wrestling fans, and if you don't tell enough people that this person's going to be there and they don't show up and that's why they didn't buy a ticket, that's fine. But if everyone knows the show's going on and you've announced this person that you've spent all this money on and the show is exactly the same as it would have been otherwise, eventually over time, you cannot just run loss after loss after loss. And this weekend showed me specifically, there are so many people working at this ground level and we have to think of it completely different. If you want to be on the show, you should be out in the town advertising and wanting to hang up posters and wanting to go out and tell people. If you are on the show and you're advertising to your audiences, you should be letting them know when the shows are and letting them know you're announced and telling them about your matches and doing promotional things to let them know. But if you just expect putting someone who was on, a CW TV show that's a lower rate of Raw or SmackDown for a few years called NXT, and you think it's going to make a marvelous dent in your tickets, it's not. Do I think these people are worth more money than other people on the card? Absolutely. Do I think that it's the same shit we look at with these people who are elite in our world that are asking so much and we just go along with it? Yeah, I think it's a very silly thing that is jilted the indies in a direction where it could be making money. And I'm arguing against my own interests. Like, if you have a couple fly-ins on your show and you have a root roster of people that are willing to put in the promotional work, to do extra events with you, to do this thing, everything, like you said, is localizing. And so for these people to be kind of at the scene of the crime every time of these companies that aren't able to continue right now because financially they have put so much money into people that have not put anything back into them, that's not the death of the indies. The death of the indies is when we stop creating new companies and stop creating new stars and stop trying to, if you're bringing me in, I know it's probably difficult right now with a world championship because I can't lose. I'm not going to lose. I'm a world champion. If you bring me in, I want to highlight the talent and bring them up so that the people who are at your show see the best version of them, so that you can give footage of who's going to be at the show next time, of someone who knew what they were doing with them, being me. And I want to elevate the product because in 5 months, in 2 years, in 3 years, when I'm still wrestling, I want your company to still be succeeding. And so I'm not mad that people are making any more money than me, or I'm not mad that they're getting bookings I'm not getting. I'm mad that they're draining out the system that could be used to build up other people. And they are asking exorbitant rates, and I can't blame them for doing it. And I guess I can blame the people for paying it, but they can't be surprised that these things don't last forever when they're being drained out. If you were of the right mind, you would think, I want consistent work for a long time. I want to do this at a rate that is going to be reasonable. I don't want this person to lose money for 6 straight months trying to book me in their stuff. And then now we don't have anything. And now the young stars don't have anywhere to work because it is getting harder with these places shutting down for people to have places to work, to get places to make mistakes at, to, have places to grow in and get stories in. And so when 3/4 of your card are these people that you've flown in that are big deals that are making 10 to 20 times what some of your other people are making, and then they have that opportunity removed as well, your fans now don't have anywhere to go. And people aren't able to step up and kind of create their own version of this, when if you would have just taken your time with this, some of the best promotions in the country right now, Glory Pro, they are building up stars there. They will fly in a few talents that will elevate their people. Freelance has their own school now. I haven't been there as much because they're pushing to have their young talents move up. Green Mountain Wrestling this weekend, and GCW benefits from not just the promotion helping us. People will go, oh, GCW just latches to another promotion. We're trying to promote the promotion that's there. We are using them to help, but we have a platform to go, here are the stars of this promotion that we can put in there with Joey Janela, that we can put in there with Effy, that we can put in there with these people, that we can put in there with a tag team like Jordan Oliver and Alec Price. And now they have really great footage. And if you came here to Vermont for GCW, you can come right back here for us and see a lot of the people you saw today. If you're doing that and it benefits those companies, it's great. But when these people are just coming in and scamming these companies, it's starting to get to a point where I'm just like, the indies are never going to be dead, but your concept of thinking you can come in and just be like, oh yeah, these marks will pay me whatever, I'm going to win my match, I'll do my 3 moves from SmackDown and move on. No, darling, you're out of here. Everyone I worked with this weekend was extremely hardworking, would jump in to help whenever they needed it, understood that we were a part of a larger show. Like, I'm Effy and people come up to me and they're shaking and crying. It's beautiful. Also, move that shit if we need to move it. What do we need to do to plan for this? What are you guys going to need for your match? Who needs a ride somewhere? If we're not willing to be at that level of DIY and commitment and doing of the whole show, I don't think you need to be a part of the events. And I think that if we can now look at a bit of a recession happening, the economy going back a little bit, all these things peeling back a little bit, it doesn't mean that we can't still provide entertainment for people, but we do have to also look and say, what is reasonable to budget for when it comes to bringing talent in that is going to draw for your show? And with the platform we have, why would you not want to push the hardworking younger talent to do well together when the reason you were bringing in these people in the first place was to elevate your promotion? And it never really worked out that way. And now you're out of a lot of money. If you ever pay me $7,000 for a match, there better be well over 5 digits worth of people in that building. It shouldn't be, we sold 400 tickets and I know that guy made $7,000 and I'm looking at the rest of your card and I can't even imagine what the travel budget is. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, no one's surprised that that's not sustainable. We have to find the sustainability in creating these smaller networks. It looks different than you want it to look, but this thing has been propped up for a long time on a lot of bullshit. And I think with people hitting a recession and the people who are willing to lose money over time not being able to participate anymore, you have to go, okay, if we don't want this bubble to burst again, everybody's got to put their fucking boots on and get to work. And if you're not willing to do that, then yes, indie wrestling is dead for you. But as someone who is out here actually working for indie wrestling constantly and wants it to succeed and doesn't see myself anywhere else and has a wonderful group out there who wants to see me wrestle, wants to see me perform, I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to continue these promotions. I want them to grow in spaces because I don't think we've reached the limit of fans who would love what we do. But I do think we've reached a saturation point of people trying to be scammers, people thinking there's something they're not, and people not looking around and going, this didn't make any financial sense. We can't bring this person back. They didn't do anything for us. That era is dead. So if those are your indies, yes, goodbye. Thank you. What a time. Call Shawn Michaels. There's probably no room for you at the end. You know, but we're in the farmhouse building our own mangers. We got farm animals, and this shit is a miracle because we're all putting it in and we're not scared of getting dirty and we're not scared of being filth and we're not scared of having to, go out there every night and earn it in the fucking pit. Okay. We're real. We're indie wrestling and that's not going anywhere. Right, Peter?
Right.
Feels good.
Feels good.
We're going to be all right.
We're going to be all right.
We'll be great. And you know what? The indies will be there, and the people who support the indies know exactly what I'm talking about here. I'm not saying anything new. If you got a pit in your stomach hearing what I'm saying, you probably have an agent who takes 10% and it's over for you. We all talk. All the people who promote wrestling talk. Even though I do it once, twice a year, we all talk. And I go, can you believe how full of yourself you would have to be to look at a promotion and say, let me contact them and then try to charge them $5,000 because I was on NXT a little while. You loser. You loser. Unbelievable. I don't even name names anymore. I don't care. I used to name names and everybody got so mad. And now if you think it's about you, Carly Simon, baby, this song is definitely about you. So figure out why you're not booked. Figure out why no one cares about you. Figure out why companies that you go to, when you have money from other things, are failing. And figure out how, if you want to be a part of the indies, you're going to actually help us do it. It's Weekend at Effy's.